welcome to the Not So Traveling Introvert. Today I want to talk about sales. Doesn't matter how amazing your business or your product is if your sales guy sucks. So I've been looking to work with a company about a project that I've got coming up next year. I've been vetting them out. I loved their mission. I loved their values. I loved what they stood for, and I loved their product. And so I was on this page and I needed to get in contact with them. So they have a contact form. And the contact form asks the usual questions. Name, company, why you're in, how did you find us, and any other questions that I would like to ask to make the call, better for everybody. And so I put specific questions. I wanted to know about time zones. I wanted to know about opening hours, and I wanted to know about invoicing and hours. And I put that in the form along with my name, my company URL, that sort of a thing. That then led me to a calendar link. I'm like, great, perfect. Now I get to add a calendar link straight away. Wonderful. I go and I book time with someone who wasn't who they said I was going to talk to, but that was fine. So far, so good. Book the time. I get a confirmation email to my email address. Great. The email confirmation is from a name.company@gmail.com. A little bit of a red flag because this company has been around for at least 4 years. Kind of thought I would get a domain name, so it should be name@companyname.com or Gmail, whatever it might be. But fine, what have you. Next day, I have the call. Now, bearing in mind that it asked me some questions and got me to fill out a form. So as soon as we get on the call, the first thing the salesperson says is, please tell me about your business. I'm already like, I just sent you a bunch of information about me and you couldn't take the 2 minutes to go and Google my company name or my name. I happen to be lucky enough that my name is unique enough that you'd pull up something. And so I rambled on about something that is not exactly my business. It's just part of what I do. We continue on with the call. They ask me what my requirements are, and I tell them what I'm looking for. And then the person's very much like, okay, well, we think we're going to be a very good fit for you. And so I said, well, as you think you're going to be a good fit for me and my organization, please tell me what the top thing is that my clients are looking for. And that person's response was, well, they're looking for your unique service proposition and your offerings. Now, if you've been listening to this long enough, you would know they only had to mention the word introvert. That's it. That's all they had to say. But they obviously, even during that 20-minute call, couldn't be bothered to Google my name or Google my company. And so they tried to BS me. So I'm now really annoyed about it. And so they asked me if I have any other questions. And I'm very much like, well, I did ask questions in the form and you haven't answered those questions because we still hadn't talked about when they open, time zones that their staff are in, and invoicing. And so the person got defensive and said, well, what do you think I haven't answered? And so I repeated my questions and they kind of answered them. Then they said, okay, so when can we get back to you? Now, we'd really like to get this ball rolling. We only have very limited spots, yada, 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 hard sell. And I said, well, this week is very busy. I'm doing a summit for my clients, and then I'll be working on this sort of thing the week after that. And so the person then says, okay, so I can contact you at the end of this week. No, you obviously weren't listening. I just said I'm busy this week and then you can contact me next week. So I had to reiterate. We closed the call. Normally, most salespeople at this point will then go ahead and send an informational email that says, hey, great talking to you today. We covered X, Y, and Z. I will follow up with you on this day. No email. Oh, wait, no, I lied. I did get an email, but I got an email from a different person in the company saying, hey, I noticed you filled out this form and one of our team would love to speak with you. Please click on this link to book a calendar time. Really? So not only does the left hand know what the right hand is doing, the systems are messed up and their sales guy blew it. I was so happy. I was going to throw money at them. I was happy to work with them because I loved their vision and their mission. But he couldn't be bothered to just Google my name or my company name. Instead, he got defensive and then tried to BS me, to be fair. And that's how not to run your sales process. Or at least the sales guy. He didn't use any common sense. It'd have been better if he admitted and said, you know what? I just hopped on this morning. I didn't have a chance to look you up. I'd love to know more about you. Or can you give me a second while I do it now? That would have been better. Coming clean would have been better. But the lying and the squirming around kind of made it look kind of sleazy and unethical. And now I don't want to work with the organization. And I don't care how much I love their mission and what they do. I now don't want to work with them. Actually, there was a point where I was like, maybe I'll just email someone higher up and explain the situation. And then the other email came through that automated, one of our team would love to speak with you. And I was just like, I'm done. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. Thank you for listening. This is Janice at thecareerintrovert.com, helping you build your brand and get hired. If there's any questions or topics that you want me to cover on this podcast, let me know. Email me at janice@thecareerintrovert.com. Have a great rest of your week.